I told my wife I want a part of her property if she wants me to quit my job. My wife, Bridget, inherited her family's blueberry farm when her dad died 2 years ago. 40 acres in rural Washington. She kept teaching and paid Ronald, a retired neighbor, to manage it. The farm made decent money until Ronald died of a heart attack in March. After that, everything collapsed. Bridget hired a kid with an agriculture degree who quit after one bad frost. She hired another guy who sold a tractor and disappeared. By June, blueberries were rotting in 100-degree heat. Bridget went to the farm after school every day, coming home after dark with dirt under her nails. On a Tuesday in late June, she didn't even take off her boots. I need you to quit your job and help me run the farm. I'm an electrician. Union job. $72,000 a year with benefits and a pension in 15 years. That's insane. I'm losing $4,000 a month. You're good with machinery. You can figure out the rest. If I'm giving up my career, I want 20% ownership in writing. She stared at me like I'd slapped her. That farm's been in my family since 1953, and I'd be saving it from bankruptcy. 20% is fair. I can't believe you'd hold our marriage hostage. You're asking me to give up my future. I'm asking for security. That's not hostage taking. She went to the bedroom. I heard her voice rising through the door. Mom, he's demanding ownership. Like I'm some business partner, not his wife. That Sunday, I walked into her mom's house for dinner and found a setup. Bridget's mom, Patricia, and her brother Keith already sitting at the table. No food out. This was a meeting. Keith folded his arms. Bridget says you want part of the farm. If I'm quitting my job to work it, yes. Patricia's voice went cold. That land represents 3 generations. It's not something we bargain away. You married into this family, Keith said. That doesn't make you entitled to our legacy. Bridget sat next to her mom, eyes down. She said nothing. You're really not going to back me up? I asked. They have a point, she said quietly. It's family land. I left. Bridget didn't call that night. I kept my job. Bridget burned through 3 more managers. The losses climbed to $6,000 a month. We barely spoke. She slept on the couch most nights. In September, Patricia had a small stroke. She recovered, but it triggered estate planning talks. One evening, I came home early and heard Bridget on the phone in our bedroom. The door was half open. So you're leaving me the house, but Keith gets the farmland? Bridget said. My hand froze. Keith's voice through speaker. I have the agriculture degree. It makes sense. What if something happens to me before Mom passes? Then it all comes to me anyway. Keeps the land in the bloodline. I walked outside and sat in my truck until my hands stopped shaking. The next morning, I called a lawyer. She confirmed inherited property stays separate in Washington. Even if I'd worked the farm for years, I'd have almost no claim to it. Good thing you didn't quit, she said. I almost had. I'd been this close to destroying my career for a farm I'd never own. When Bridget got home, I was at the kitchen table. I know Keith is getting the farm. She went pale. What? I heard your call. Your mom's leaving him everything. You were going to let me quit and work for years, and Keith would inherit it all. I would have sacrificed everything for nothing. Keith studied agriculture. It's complicated. Did you plan to tell me before I quit? She couldn't answer. I drove to a motel and stayed 6 days. Bridget called 40 times. I didn't answer. I kept thinking about Keith's voice. Keeps the land in the bloodline. When I came home, Bridget had papers spread across the table. Her eyes were swollen. I had a lawyer draw up a contract. If you quit and work the farm, you get 25% ownership after 2 years. It's legally binding. Keith can't touch it. I read every word twice. Your family agreed? No. My mom screamed. Keith threatened to never speak to me again. But I told them either we do this, or I sell the farm to a developer. Why? You sided with them 3 months ago, because I was scared of losing them. But you were right. And if I lose you over land, I deserve to lose everything. She slid a pen across the table. I signed it 2 days ago. Gave notice yesterday. My last day is Friday. Keith sent one text. Hope it's worth it. Patricia hasn't contacted me at all.